Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of That Salty Chef. Today we're going to be doing a recipe of mine involving members of phylum Mollusca, actually class Bivalvia, clams and mussels. So let me show you an example of each. This here is an example of a clam. Take a look at that. 2 shells. And then we also have mussels. Now this is a great recipe because it is so simple. It's just a small handful of ingredients, and it cooks up in a matter of minutes. I'm excited to share it with you. So first of all, let me show you my mise en place, the prepared ingredients. All right, for this recipe, we need a little bit of olive oil. We need a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper, and a pinch of red pepper flakes. We got some fresh parsley. We got some garlic, some halved cherry tomatoes, some nicely toasted bread, and some mussels and clams, and a little bit of my secret ingredient. Can't tell you about that. First thing we do is we take our garlic and we saute our garlic for a couple minutes, just a minute or so, just till it starts to turn a little translucent. So we're going to add that in there. Add a little bit of olive oil too. Mix this around. Now, as this is cooking up a little bit, let me tell you a little bit about the mollusks. Mollusks basically are a group of marine invertebrates, or invertebrates, marine and freshwater, and terrestrial. Most of them, many of them have a shell. They all have a mantle. They all have a muscular foot, and many have a radula. So these are things they all have in common. Now, the foot, that's an easy one. That's used, the purpose of this muscle is for movement. Makes sense. The radula is for feeding. The mantle is for secreting the shell and possibly even forming the pearls. Many members of this group produce pearls. And most members, I don't know if I said this already, but they actually produce shells. And of course, some mollusks do not make shells, such as the slugs. All right, we've added that. We're gonna add our salt and pepper here. We're gonna add just a little bit of the secret ingredient here. Let that cook a little bit. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. All right, now, I'm just about ready. Another few seconds. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the tomatoes. Tomatoes added, looking good. Turn it down. Now, members of class Bivalvia, which is what we're cooking today, include the scallops, oysters, clams, and mussels. There are many others. Even those little coquina clams that we see up and down our beaches fall into this group. All right, now, last thing we have to do is we have to add our bivalves. Remember, phylum Mollusca, class Bivalvia. We need to cover this and let it simmer for 2 to 3 minutes. So while this is covered and while we are waiting for it to simmer, I want to show you a little bit about the internal anatomy of a clam. So check this out. Let's take a quick look at the internal anatomy of this clam. So let's see here, a couple things to point out. One is right here, this structure here, and we see another one right there. They actually connect this shell to that shell, or the valves. These are the abductor muscles. They retract the muscles, the shell closes. They relax the muscles, the shell expands. Now also, right here, we see one side of the mantle. When the two shells are together, this part right here is touching this part, and it's this mantle which actually creates the shell. And then we also see the other half right there. Now that mantle's moved away, we can see a little bit more of the internal structures. Right here, this part right there, that is the foot. Right there, this part right there, that's the stomach. Just above the stomach, we see these little feathery-like structures. This is the gills. These are the labial palps, which help direct the flow of food into the mouth. And then right here, it's kind of hard to see, right there, we see these two little dark areas. These are the siphons. There's an in-current siphon and an ex-current. Water comes in through one, goes across the gills, food is filtered into the mouth, and then the water exits the other one. So we see one there and one there. All right, welcome back. I think our dish is just about done. Let me take a peek. Oh, it looks so good. Check it out. All right, so the only thing left we have to do is plate. So give me a second to plate it, and then we'll wrap this up. Now, doesn't that just look delicious? Thanks for watching.